All right. Good morning, cyber traders. Welcome back on this Friday. My God, April. We got about what? About another. This is the last Friday of the month. How's everybody doing this morning? Good to see you, Bonnie, Ken. Good to see you. All right, Dennis. Good to see you. Grant, everybody. Cliff. Good to see you. Good morning, everybody. So, like every morning, everyone, we broadcast live in our cyber group room, and we're right now broadcasting live on YouTube Live and also Facebook Live. Hope you guys welcome join us this great morning. I don't know where you are, but it's pretty crappy here in New York. My God, you know what? Last year, remember, it rained all of May, but it's been actually May flowers do bring. I mean, April showers bring May flowers. They said so. Looks like it actually finally came to this year. It actually really worked. But so what else we got to go? We'll just sit here and trade. Hope everybody's been really safe with coronavirus and stuff like that. I don't know about you, but I'm really kind of counting the days. I'm really curious what's going to happen on May 15th. But I sent out an Instagram, this morning about we'll talk about the stock MSCO because this was the big runner up this morning. Stock's up 118% today. If you look at it, look at this thing. Thing's unbelievable. 118%. Great pop early morning. I know, Ken Thole, you did pretty good this morning, right? You made about, what, 75 cents in that stock? I think, or 46 cents in pre. The good thing you got out of it. I mean, and I got to give credit to Lita. Lita from Canada, she said it, there's a lot of new traders in here, and they keep talking about like, oh, is that MSCO going to still go up? And like, listen, Lita called it out, and I said, listen, that's from experience being in the trading room. That's what I train you guys what to do, to work as a team, to know what to expect, because we all know where it turned out. Because if you got suckered in and jumped in at 16, you would have got crushed. But really good call there, Lita. Really want to give you praise you for that. Now, and once again, that's what all traders are here for, to learn. Now, I want to talk about the Zoom trade really quick. Let me just bring this up. So anyway, I brought up this stock on my Instagram this morning. And you know what I'm going to start doing on Instagram? I'm going to change things up around a little bit. I'm going to start giving prizes. Okay. I'm going to start giving prizes out because we have a lot of people that think they know how to trade, but don't know and don't want to get rid to the trading room yet because they don't know if it's for them, but maybe just answer a quick question. So I think it'll be pretty fun. So if you guys have any comments, any ideas, what would be fun or something that you see like, wow, this looks pretty good on Instagram. Yeah, you know what? Just send me an email. Just send me an email and say, hey, Fausto, you know what? I think this will work pretty good because I really want to educate everybody to kind of really, really know if trading is for them or not. Because I told you, like, I did so many events this week, and I'll tell you, so many people I did an event on World 365. They had 1,300 people in there. That was the biggest audience of an online webinar I've seen. And it's been going on for almost 3 days. And thanks, guys, for coming and being there. But that was just one of several. I did almost 4 this week, I think it was. And it's the most I've done in 1 week as webinars go, not including hours on top of it. And it's just like, you can't convince everybody, to be part, to learn it. But you know what? Eventually you're going to come back around. So, you know what, when you start testing people's knowledge and quizzing them and stuff like that, and you realize like, wow, maybe I should get trained. I'd rather that you're making the wrong decision, going out there and trying to figure it out before you do it. So, yesterday was crazy, Bonnie. It really was. And let me tell you, there was some good moves, but I want to talk about this Zoom trade. So anyway, I was a big fan of Boeing, right? And I always wanted to own Boeing. Actually, I was so ticked off at myself because at one point I did own Boeing on a swing trade a long time ago. I think I owned it at like I would say like 90 or something like that. And I was like, and back then, I was always thinking, what, there was some other stocks I wanted to trade, that were less expensive. I could buy more shares of it, like anyone else. And, who knew it was going to go to 400? But look what happened. The stock got destroyed, right? Because of coronavirus. Some of you've all been there. You saw what happened with all the cruise stocks and the airlines and everything. So to make a long story short, because I want to get into the watch list and show you what's going on, but I just want to talk about the Zoom trade. So once in a while, you got to listen to your kids. You got to listen to your kids. I'll never forget my kids telling me about, say, Dad, there's a stock, Grand Theft Auto coming out, video game. And who knew these video games bring $2 billion in a sale? And the stock was like almost went to like $90. I don't know if you got the stock symbol, but the point is, he's like, Dad, everybody's buying, now we got the coronavirus You got to look into Netflix. I'm like, Netflix 250, I don't know. Where is it now? 400. Whoever thought that Chipotle would be $800, right? I know it's been there a while. It got crushed with the whole, salad thing. And, they had, schmigalosis, you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, Zoom, listen, I wanted to get Zoom. We traded Zoom. Zoom we traded because the stock went from 100 all the way to 160, came back down. So that was really like a short squeeze right there. But then I'm looking at it. I'm looking at Zoom and I'm like, you know what? It's not really, it kind of held you pretty strong at that support levels right here. You could see it. And it started going back up and then it started building some support here at 140. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to bail on Boeing, because it's not really going anywhere. And it's just, they're part of, and you saw what happened in the news today. Now they're going to stop half production on plane. Listen, no one's going to be flying anytime soon. So is it a good long-term trade? Yeah, probably. But as of right now, this company's in like every single country, and you don't hear people using what you would call GoToWebinar. GoToWebinar, I think got bought out by logmein.com, who's part of LinkedIn and stuff. So really good, pretty good conglomerate company right there. I don't know. I think Zoom could probably be another buyout, but I told you about the stock a while ago, and Cisco, please do not let Zoom get bought out by Cisco. I don't think the owner of Zoom is going to sell to Cisco. Whatever happens. But anyway, you know what? Listen, stock's doing great, but this is the key thing, okay? It's not my, because not only everyone's using it, and I think this is going to definitely, people are going to start realizing it's the future. I've been a big advocate for webinars technology since I started 20 years ago. Now all of a sudden people now starting to realize it. You know what? It's actually a pretty good thing. It's cost effective. You don't got to travel, whatever. But anyway, that's another story. My point that I'm getting to is this: the trading strategy. This stock is no different than some of the stocks that we trade. When you break through the roof of the building, we teach you this in class, there is no resistance. It's in uncharted territories, okay? Remember the stock when it broke the resistance here at 120. It ran all the way to 165 within like 3 days. So the point is this. I don't know if there's a short squeeze or whatever. This stock just broke all-time highs, okay? This stock has no cap right now. And if it's Zoom, if it's Amazon, if it's, if it was Disney at one point, I mean, all these stocks, you notice when they break those resistance levels, they just keep going. So I want you to keep an eye on that. It's a very, very good lesson that you guys got to learn. Now let's go back to the watch list. And I want to talk about what's going on tomorrow, yesterday. A couple of cheap stocks that we trade. First of all the petroleum stocks. We all know about the oil stocks. That was another question people kept asking me. Say, Fausto, what do you think of, oil? Is it a buy here, this and that? You don't got to buy oil, to be in the oil trade. There's ETFs out there. There's petroleum. There's rigs company. They all trade pretty much the same. You don't got to trade Exxon Mobil. You could. It's still in the oil industry. Still got to refine it. But there are a lot of stocks out there. So there was a stocks that took a couple of petroleum stocks that did pretty well. And let me just change this chart right here. And you just got to be careful with them. I mean, look at Will. Will was a good trade yesterday. We did it. Went from 8 o'clock, went from $1. It ran all the way to about 220. Then it backed off. But once again, we're done within an hour. Let me just change this view so some people could see a little bit better on YouTube and Facebook Live. So you could see that we pretty much had a pretty good move on Will. Will was a good trade. It's backing off right now. It does got support levels at $1, in which you could see it. It kind of test there. It came back down. So once again, program trading at its best right there. So Will was a pretty good, and OSA was also a pretty good one. OSA, obviously, listen, people look at these stocks and like, well, you know what? They were 50 cents. Listen, they got crushed. Destroyed. You know what I mean? So, please keep an eye on it. But Will was an easy one, was very, very easy. And a lot of you guys know that very well. Another one that we did all right on yesterday was HAL that you guys traded. Now, HAL is going back on my watch list. So that one you could see. Another one is going to be on my watch list. HAL. Let me just put it back over here again. You can see it's got a really nice push. That one went from about 803 and it ran all the way up to about 890, kind of held there pretty strong. And you can see right now it's already at 930. The stock is filling in a gap. Okay. Now I'm not here to teach gap fills and would explain it. You got to be in my class to talk about it. But we know we got a gap fill on this one. And once you got a gap fill, you know what that means. So that one's also doing pretty well. IVC. I got one person over here just instant me. What the hell does this company do? I don't care what the company does. I don't care how much money it makes. I don't care. Listen, it's all about making money at the end of the day. I keep getting the same question people ask me all the time. IVZ. You know what? Great short, $9.20 down to $7. At the end of the day, who the hell cares? You made your day's pay. But that stock was a great, was a really, really nice short yesterday. That one also was just beautiful how the stock trended down. What else we got? Oh, the BCRX. That thing just tanked. 360 down to 280. What a good bounce, though. It had a nice little bounce. So this stock was pretty volatile. Listen, one thing we have to learn from yesterday, and you learn this as you go on and you're in the trading room, don't try to hit home runs. You got to hit those base hits. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're better off taking those nickels and dimes than trying to make those 20, 50 cents right now in certain stocks, because you could just get in and out of them and you could still do pretty well on that trade. What else that we have? What else that we had that did pretty well yesterday? I think I pretty much got them all. Yeah, BioCryst Pharmaceuticals had a S3 filing showing registration for a $500 million mixed shelf security offering. By the way, regarding about this whole PPP program, obviously you know what happened with Harvard. There's a lot of damn fraud going on. You heard what happened with Shake Shack. You heard what happened to Ruth Chris. All these people, people are starving, keeping their businesses and trying to support their employees, no different than what I'm trying to do. And you get these big corporations. So I'm telling you, you're going to see a lot of scrutiny going on. And not only that, but you're going to start seeing a lot of these companies you're going to see a lot of secondary offerings. You heard it here first. They don't need money from the government to do it. They're public companies. They could do secondary offerings. So they're just going to offer more shares. So look out for more secondary offerings. And by the way, we all know what happened with secondary offerings. A lot of you remember we were a big fan of trading BJs. And we saw what happened. A secondary offer came and bam, it slammed the stock on us. Good thing we got out of it when from experience telling you oh crap, they're doing a secondary offering. They're looking to raise more money. That's not a good sign. So anyway, it kind of hurts the stock. So you got to keep an eye. That's going to be the next biggest thing that you're going to see. The next wave of the coronavirus is the secondary offerings. All right, so let's go through the watch list and see what's going on. So we got Zoom on our trade, right? Keep going, Zoom, baby. Keep going. So I know a lot of you guys in here in the swing trade are trading this stock. Stock's been doing great, phenomenal. Everyone should have got in. Honestly, you should have gotten in at least at the minimum 142, 43. I mean, we should have. You had about 5 days to get in. If you were like me and you got in a little bit earlier, right at the beginning of April when we had that little correction, you should got in around 125, 130. Okay, but listen, this stock, I could probably see 200 by the end of the day. I hope. I mean, I own it, so but doesn't mean I will never take a profit. Actually. Let me just put it this way. You really don't want that stock to go up very fast, okay? I think I talk about that. I cover that in class. You really don't want that stock to go to 200, all right? You want it to go maybe like 180, 182, back off. You do not want this. The faster it goes up, the twice as fast as it go down, more people want to take a profit. You want people to be locked in for the long term. With any stock, by the way, when you have that not a very good sign when it comes to it. All right. MESO, another stock that we traded this morning. So MESO did pretty well this morning. Hold on. What happened to my damn freaking... There we go. I'm looking over here on my level 4, and you could see there was a big seller out here. He was there early this morning. He kept getting hit a couple of times. You could see those big bulls means that, there's a lot more greens and reds. So the guy got hit. Kind of broke through that resistance level, but she's got a major resistance level right around 15. Okay. Got a 10,000 share seller. We need to see if that guy gets taken out because he's the one that has been holding it down right now. So until we get past that 15, bets off. All right. You could see it over here in the intraday. And it's funny because when I talk about level 3 and level 4, people now you're starting to realize, I'm obviously you being here in the cyber group room, you guys all know about this, but for some people watching us the first time on Facebook Live and YouTube, some people are like, oh, now, is that where resistance? Yes, that's what it is. And that's what we really kind of focus on. So you know how to have a game plan. But that one is a good stock. We're going to keep an eye on that one. Also, another one's making a big move this morning in pre-market is the MDGS. So that one's up about 76%. Unfortunately, she's starting to trend down right now. So I'm not really excited about that. But she's got some support levels right here. If you look here on the level 3 on the matrix on TradeStation, you can see you definitely got a lot of orders, but I'm not seeing any 10,000 share orders. I'm not seeing any big iceberg orders. Okay. So that's probably one of the reasons why it's kind of flatlined right here. All right. So we also got the PSTI. That's moving too. Now, this one has been obviously been a really good swing trade. She's been kind of tough on the day trade. She gets a little speculative sometimes, but she's got some good spreads. She's got some good, decent orders, but she's moving up really nicely. Here's a stock going from $4 back in April. Look at that. She's already at $12.20. You know, you're talking about this stock, you could see it here just in the last couple of days, been moving up really, really, really nicely right here. So really kind of like the stock. Only up 18%, 400,000 shares already trading pre-market. Really been treating us really nicely. Ken says the MESO is moving up nicely. Yeah, she's trying, Ken. She's testing it. So, you know, like I said, she's got to break that guy at 15. He's still there. By the way, it just looked like he just gave up some shares. He's down to about 7,000 now. So it looks like he could be pulling some trades. But definitely keep an eye on it. What else do we got going on? Okay. DraftKings. Everybody heard about DraftKings today? DKNG. DraftKings is going public. I don't know what the hell this means. Is it public? Is it DraftKings? Yeah. DraftKings, I thought it was the IPO. What happened with this stock? So here's the IPO on DraftKings. Let's keep it on. I don't know what the hell happened to this one right here. I thought they said it was going public. All right. Maybe I made a mistake on that. On DraftKings. Something's going on with DraftKings. I don't know what's going on with it, but they said, I don't know if it's a merger or something. And Sports, N Sports is going public. Is that the one that it is? Explains it. Okay. All right. So we're going to definitely check out that one when they come out with it. Let's go to the next one. THMO. Another one that's moving up pretty nicely, up 17%, 200,000 shares. Just be careful of the spread on this one. You got some decent orders out there, but nothing spectacular. But the stock obviously is holding pretty strong right here. By the way, the MSO is starting to break out. MESO, just to show you, there's the $15 price range. It looks like the guy got hit. Looks like he sold his. Looks like he got hit. He's not there anymore. Let's go check him out. Looks like he's just getting hit. You see the blue? You see him right there? That guy, that big order just got hit. So it's looking pretty strong right here. Let's see. Very volatile though. Listen, cyber traders, you know this stock is no level 1 stock. This stock is a level 3. Look at the spread. Look at the tier sizes. So for all you new traders here, don't think you could trade this. You got to be a little bit more advanced. I want to talk about some stock that everyone's really talking about this morning. Intel. Intel got crushed last night. Really got beat up. We're not trading Intel. Okay. Listen, you're dealing with the best traders in the world. Why you got to trade Intel? Because it's Intel. Intel's. You read the news on Intel. I don't care about Intel. There's so much more stocks out there that give me less risk, more reward. All right. So if you have it, don't be insulted. It's just day traders don't look at stocks like that. We have no interest. Day traders focus on less risk, more reward. It's just a day's pay. If I had to go buy a $1 million house to make $50,000 or a $100,000 house to make $50,000, I would buy 10 $100,000 houses versus $1 million house. Okay. That's really comes down to it. All right. So, now another big thing I want to talk about also, energy stocks are moving this morning. I'm seeing across the board. You got Chesapeake Energy. This stock is obviously moving up pretty nicely. You can see stock got crushed. By the way, Chesapeake was never $400. Okay. This stock is because of reverse stock splits, reverse stock split. We talked about reverse stock splits yesterday. Remember what happened to JNUG? Okay. Not a good sign when you get that. So you have that one. Was it Doe? Was another one? I think is offshore drilling. That was up about 13%. What else do we have? Was it SM? A lot of drilling stocks are doing pretty well. And energy stocks too. What's it? Oh, was it D? Yeah, that's it. So anyway, a lot of those doing pretty well regarding about the energy stock. So that pretty much does it. That's what we got. Listen, sorry I went on a tangent on some chats and so on, but we got about 10 minutes. I want to get back into the cyber group room. I want to get ready to trade. Regarding about the MESO, you could see the stock is starting to break out. 15 bids already coming in. I'm not seeing, let me see. Yeah, there you go. 1520. There you go. Who got it? Somebody got it? Oh, Jerry, you traded WWE? Oh shit, let me look that. I haven't seen that stock in a while. Good call on that WWE. Yep. Doing pretty well. Good for you. Would you make $4 on it? All right. You was that a swing trade? Got to be a swing trade. You obviously didn't do that as a day trade. Okay. All right, but anyway, great call on the MESO. You got it? Good. Ken, you still got it? Good for you. So listen, that was a 40-cent move right there. Listen, take the money. Take the money. Sell it, man. Sell it. 40 cents, 1,000 shares, $400. Sold. Give it to that guy. We don't need it. Don't get greedy, guys. Don't get cocky. But could it go back up? We could do that too. Big seller just came out right now for 15,000 at 1550. All right. Good luck, everybody. Happy trading. By the way, if you are watching us on Facebook and YouTube Live, we do this every morning at 9 a.m. and we'll be back at 2:30. Just like us, click the bottom, get our alerts, and we'll keep you up to date what's going on as we trade these stocks if you want to learn how to day trade. In the meantime, cyber traders, be safe out there. It's Friday. We know how to trade on a Friday. Just be very, very careful on Fridays. But obviously there's no reason to go on. You don't got to go anywhere. You don't have to do any shopping. Coronavirus is here to stay. So let's sit back and trade. And let's just keep ourselves busy here in the cyber group room. Good luck, everybody. Happy trading today.